Hello everyone, it's your girl Soul Spice, the sex goddess, and today I'm going to be talking about how to manage your spouse just as you do your client. Now, you don't joke with your clients. No matter how many years you've had a client, you still never get to joke with them. You don't get familiar with them. You don't conclude that, oh, this is what this person wants. You are always at the edge of your seat, knowing that you don't want to lose certain clients. Now, if we bring this into our home, then we'll have a better home, we'll have a better marriage. No matter how angry you are, you don't talk back at your client. You don't get to insult them. You don't get to do a whole lot of things. You always cherish and put your client on a very high level, which means whatever it is, no matter how many years, no matter how many months, no matter how many days, think of everything you can do to make sure that person doesn't go somewhere else. You know, sometimes people do hampers when it comes to Christmas period. By the time they send gifts to the clients, you know, their birthdays, they send gifts to them, you know, all these things. Why do we do it? Because we need to know that they are relevant. One of them that, yes, I see you, I know you, and I'm grateful that you're a client, yeah. But we don't do the same thing in our relationship. If we can take our wives or our husband and make them a client, then your home will be different, because even when you're angry, you try not to talk, you zip your mouth, because you know that that client is very important to you. So you look for a way to solve the issue. Most times we even get to apologize for what we feel is sometimes not even our problem, or it was not our mistake, it's from there, but we still get to apologize. Why? Because you want your client. But we never get to do that to our spouse, not knowing that even the spouse is more important than the client. The client will always come and go, whether you like it or not, whether you are there or not, the client can always get from somebody else. But your spouse is never going to come and go. Your spouse is not going to get another spouse, except, you know, people get split or you get to move on. Yeah. So what I'm saying today is treat your spouse the way you treat your client. You check up on your client, you call your clients, you find out how they're doing, you know, you find out how their family is doing, you make sure business is going well for them, you know, when they owe you, try to send nice texts, happy new month, blah blah blah. If you can take half of what you do to your client and you do that to your spouse, trust me, you're going to have a better home. Because you are always too engrossed in that work. You're always too engrossed. Once you get to the office, you ignore every other thing. It's like every other thing doesn't exist again. The wife, the kids, the husband, just all that exists is it's work. And then you give so much energy into your colleagues. Your colleagues see you as a nice person. You listen to them. You help them out. You know, you help them do a whole lot of things. But you don't do the same thing to your spouse. Whether or not your spouse can do it doesn't mean you can't help them, because you know that your colleague can also do that thing. But because probably they're busy or they're not just in the mood, you take it upon yourself to do for them. So why do we give attention to outsiders and not the person we are married to? Why do we cherish people outside and not the person we are married to? What we don't know is when we start a relationship with someone, what we do is give and take. So when we start a relationship, we give it all. You can call 10 times, you can check on them, take them out, you do a whole lot of things, you go anywhere. You always want to be with them every minute and every second. But what happens? Boom! When you get married, you expect to take. So you expect your spouse to do it all. Okay, now I'm your husband, you're supposed to give me food. I don't have to call you, already at home, you know. So you expect to take more than give. If only you can go back to who you used to be, the give and take person. You do more of giving. See, when you give much in your relationship, when you keep giving, whether you like it or not, your spouse will give back. It's a law. The more you give, the more you get. The more you bless people, the more God blesses you. So the more you give your spouse, the more you put into your spouse, the more drops of water you drop into your spouse daily, the more great words you put into your spouse daily. It's just a matter of time. It's going to come back right at you. So do not joke with that person you call a spouse. Take your spouse as important as you take your client, because that spouse is the greatest client you would ever have. That spouse is that client that you need to hold on. That spouse is that client that you need to watch on and follow up almost every time. No matter how big MTN is, they keep doing adverts. No matter how big Airtel is, they keep doing adverts. No matter how big, you know, Cowbell Milk is, they keep doing adverts. Because why? They don't joke with their clients. So what they are trying to do, they're feeding you more. You know, they do promos, they change packs, sometimes they do 10% increase, or all these promos they get to do. If you bring that same thing into your home, do promo with your spouse. Take them out on a date. Okay, you know what? Today nothing, just take this. Let's just have lunch. Just send a text. Just take them and just get them a gift. It doesn't have to be anniversary. It doesn't have to be Valentine. It doesn't have to be birthdays. Most times women get gifts only on these 3 days, and that's for those who are lucky. Some, vow, error. Birthday, oh, they forget. Anniversary, oh, they never get to remember. Treat your spouse as important as your client, because that's the greatest client you'll ever have. If we all can do this, if we all follow them up every time, if we all find out how they're doing, what they're up to, where they are, how they feel, how work is going, whether they've eaten or not, trust me, they're going to give you love right back. Loving is a decision. It's not something you feel. A lot of people feel love. You feel love, I'm in love with you. It's not a feeling. Because the way you are feeling that way and you're loving one person, if the person dies tomorrow, you're going to feel that way about another person. So loving one person is a decision. Reason why when you really want to love and you decide to love, it's going to be hard for you to cheat. But when you believe that cheating is part of your love, then you have not decided yet. You're still joking. My love to everyone. Remember, you can always send me a DM. You can always speak to me. Be it email at sextalkwithsoulspice@yahoo.com. You can send me a DM. Let me know how you feel. Whatever it is bothering you, let's talk about it. Love you all and have a fantastic day.